Welcome back to FryMinis. I'm Count Eric, and today we're going to unbox some ghoulish delights. Thanks for clicking in. I create weekly videos covering tabletop miniatures, dungeon master advice, and homebrew. If that sounds interesting, please subscribe so you never miss the latest video. Alright. Curse of Strahd is generally considered one of the best adventures for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Originally published in March 2016, the level 1 through 10 adventure is actually based on the Ravenloft module from 1983. I'll avoid spoilers for the video. The party explores the area and has to deal with the vampire Count Strahd Van Zarovich and his home, Castle Ravenloft. I've played a lot of Dungeons & Dragons, but one of my biggest regrets is never having really played or DM'd Curse of Strahd. My only real experience with it was at ReprintCon a few years ago. Shout out to Colby and Monkey Mind Tabletop for putting on an all-day Castle Ravenloft run-through. It was an amazing experience despite my allergic reaction to the 28,000 cats that attend ReprintCon. Okay, enough talk. Let's take a look at the two sets of minis. Both feature high-quality pre-painted miniatures of key NPCs from Curse of Strahd. And a reminder, I won't go into a lot of detail to avoid spoilers. Up first, we have Covens and Covenants. Okay, so we have D&D Icons of the Realm, Curse of Strahd, Covens and Covenants, 7 pre-painted plastic figures. So the package is actually pretty well sealed in there, so I guess we'll take each mini out one at a time. Okay, up first, Morgantha. So this appears to be a harmless old woman with a pie. If I'm in a spooky town and an old lady offers me a pie, I'm gonna assume that there are people in that pie, but I don't know. Okay, up next we have Bella Sunbane. She's purple with a cone head. She's got some sort of green, I don't know if that's magic or acid. And I like this, she's got a little shawl, you know? You need to stay warm in the woods. Okay, so I took this plastic piece out because every time I was pulling one of the minis out, it felt like I was going to rip it, and I don't want to do that. Ophelia Wormwiggle. Another old lady that is definitely not a witch. Her poor hair. The Abbot. She's a leader of a church, of a temple, something like that, I'm assuming. It's a simple but good. Vasilka. I feel like this dress might be maybe a wedding dress with a veil and everything, but it's also stitched together, so I'm going to assume that's human skin or something. Gross. Thorn. This one is a small mini versus the others as medium. It's got a teddy bear of some sort. You could use this in Rime of the Frost Maiden pretty easily. If you want to see an unboxing of Rime of the Frost Maiden minis, go ahead and click here. And Rose. So we have Thorn and Rose. This is also small, but Rose is significantly taller. I like that she looks like a little tiny vampire. I'm not sure if these are kind of tiefling horns or just kind of devilish accoutrements. So that set seems pretty versatile. I like that a lot. Yes, of course, it'll be great for Curse of Strahd, but you can also reuse those for NPCs, for townsfolk, for other hags, or maybe clever characters. Now, let's open Legends of Barovia. So here we go with D&D Icons of the Realm, Curse of Strahd, Legends of Barovia. This set appears to be the primary characters in the story of Curse of Strahd, including Strahd himself. So this time we're just going to start with taking the whole box apart. We have Piddlewick II. This appears to be, it's small, it appears to be some sort of terrifying jester slash masked halfling or gnome. But I would not want to run into this person. Rudolph Van Richten. Rudolph appears to be an old dude with a stick and some cool steel-toed boots. He's got a book and goggles. I really like the detail on these. This whole set has been phenomenal with its paint quality and sculpt quality. Esmeralda de Avenir. A lot of minis have two different weapons, and I've always figured it would be really hard to to balance those, but I guess I'm not a fighter. The face on this one isn't super great, but this leg, I believe, is her prosthetic leg, which is one of the changes in the book. Mongrel folk. Think mongrel folk is a kind of a people, not an individual person. He's got maybe a bird foot and animal parts. It's a cool guy. I kind of feel bad for him though. I don't know if that's a problem. This is Baba Lysaga. Lysaga? I've heard people call her Baba Lasagna. I don't think that's right though. She's definitely, I would assume, some sort of witch or hag. Very nice detail on her robe here. I wonder if she's related to Baba Yaga. Okay, we have Madame Eva. She appears to be some sort of fortune teller. She's holding a Taroka deck. Taroka deck is kind of like tarot cards. You can use them to tell your future. Strahd van Zarovich, drinking his cup of wine, or is it blood? We don't know. His sword, he looks very noble. He is definitely, and oh, I love the one-sided. I love an asymmetrical cloak. Very, very well done. That set is also great. I think these ones might be a little more particular for what you can use them for, but I still think there's a lot of reusability here. Both of these sets MSRP for $40, but I pre-ordered them on Amazon for about $30 each. Through November 1st, 2020, dndbeyond.com and dndmini.com have teamed up to offer 15% off Curse of Strahd products. So that means you can get both of these box sets for 15% off on dndmini.com, or you can get the book for 15% off on dndbeyond.com. Just use code STRAHD15 through November 1st. And D&D Beyond also right now is running discount codes for other spooky books. Links and details for all of this in the description below. Okay, time to take a look at this giant box set, Curse of Strahd Revamped. The original version of the book contained some language that wasn't super inclusive. This printing fixes that, and online sources such as dndbeyond.com have already updated the text. Okay, so let's crack this coffin. Curse of Strahd Revamped Edition is huge. We are at almost maximum zoom out on this lens. Here's Strahd. It's so much bigger than any book. It's very heavy. I think Strahd himself might live in this box. On the back, we have a little overview of the adventure, and then we have our coffin components. So this comes off like a sleeve. And then on the front, we have this beautiful design. It's got this really, really nice feel to it. It's raised edges, texture. You can see the shine there. And the back is just a nice matte black. This is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, here we go. Right on the inside, we have Strahd. And then on the back, we have his ridiculous stat block. Sometimes it's nice to have a standalone printout of a single stat block when it is this big. And it's very thematic. I love that this coffin-shaped printout fits there. We have a little pull tab, very appreciated. So we have some things. We have a soft cover, which I don't hate, but it's very strange. We're used to all these hardcover books. Yeah, so this is the actual adventure in a soft cover format. There's that bird again. I think it's a pretty interesting move to separate the adventure from the monster stat blocks. It might be easier to keep both books open at different pages rather than flipping back and forth. And then up here, Creatures of Horror. So there's the scary version of Strahd, I guess. These are the actual stat blocks. So it's kind of like a miniature monster manual. Lots of detail on each character. And we're not going to zoom in super close on any of these to stay away from the spoilers. But Strahd is included here as well, so you don't need to use that coffin shape cutout. And then which page? I don't know. I like it. I think this is a pretty cool way to do it. And then under that, we have Taroka deck. So these are the rules on how to use the deck. Tells you what each card does, what it means. Here's a little preview on how to play Taroka. All good adventures have some sort of player handout, letters or puzzles for people to read, and these appear to be the letters. that a character would find in-game. Handing things out at the table when you're playing physically is really fun. Everybody likes it. I like it as a DM, I like it as a player. And then after that, we have our map of Barovia. I don't know that we'll be able to fit this whole thing on screen. And this is a good print too. It's glossy and it's thick, but it's not like hard. And then on the back, Castle Ravenloft. Another fun thing to hand out to players or stick on your wall. And then finally from that stack, we have the DM screen. So this artwork is super, super awesome. And I believe we'll see more of it here when we look at those postcards. The official DM screens, especially the reincarnated one, I really like. I did make my own DM screen. If that sounds interesting to you, comments and maybe I'll make a video on it. So we have random encounters on the first page. We have some jumping rules, how to use the Taroka deck again, exhaustion levels, how to create DCs, travel pace, obscured areas, encounter distances. Lots of general rules that are very helpful. And then over here we have special setting specific rules. So the Mists of Ravenloft, Barovian names, common features of doors, calendar. This is the stuff I like to see in a DM screen. All right, we've zoomed in while we open our last box. So this looks like it's the Taroka deck and the postcards. I'm very happy that this box is the shoebox style. I don't know what you call it, but rather than the kind of flip top. These are large cards. So we have this really, really nice foil embellishment on the back. And then we have the actual cards with really fun artwork. This seems like it would be a really fun game aid. And then finally, we have our postcards, which are sealed again. Welcome to Barovia, wish you weren't here. And each card has some information. And so these are actual postcards. You can use these as invitations to the campaign, to the players. So you would literally mail these to your players. I like that we've got multiples of each. Dream pastries made fresh every day. Only thing I know about St. Markovia is St. Markovia's thigh bone. And spend a night in the death house. Stay as long as you like, longer even. And the art on these is great. So you can use these maybe for non-D&D cards, but just send them to your grandma and see see what she says when you invite her to spend a night in the death house. Sorry, Grandma, I think this is gonna happen. This definitely feels like a collector's edition. Please, Wizards of the Coast, produce more items like this. This is great. This collector set has an MSRP of $100, but I pre-ordered it on Amazon for about $60, so just a little bit more than a normal full price book. And no, I have no idea how this enormous coffin is going to fit on my bookshelf. Curse of Strahd Revamped, Covens and Covenants, and Legends of Barovia all seem like really great products. And yes, of course, you can run the adventure without any of these, but they all work together to enhance the gameplay experience. And check out this video from friend of the channel, the Dungeon Coach, for ideas on how to implement homebrew cinematic skill challenges into your 5th edition Curse of Strahd game. I hope you found some value in this super spooky video. If so, please subscribe to stay in the loop. And I'd love to hear your scariest Curse of Strahd moments in the comments below. And check me out on Instagram, where I post new hand-painted minis every Tuesday and Thursday. And also, I'd like to say a special thank you to my wife for this super glam makeup. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.